And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the west and move east tonight. John, you've just observed the recent United States presidential election. President Obama has been re-elected. What does this mean for the United States and for American policy over the course of the next 4 years?
I think to answer that question, you need to look at how could Obama's second term be different from his first term. And I think that many people found his first term disappointing. There was 2 years when he controlled the Senate and the House, and the major achievement was Obamacare. And I think people saw that as an opportunity with that level of political control to make some major fiscal changes. But I think you need to look at what's changed politically since he was elected and what's changed economically. His victory in the recent election was really, in many ways, remarkable if you think about the economic context. Unemployment had been over 8% for 43 of his 46 months as president. Growth is very low and tenuous. There's been a very significant fall in median household income, probably making it hard to digest food with all of this. But, and I think the most notable thing was there's been a staggering fall in median household net worth. Between 2007 and 2010, median household net worth had fallen by 40%. And so to see Obama win fairly conclusively in that situation, I thought was really quite remarkable.
Well, does this suggest at all that the United States is changing? Because essentially, to a certain extent, Obama attacked wealth creators. He adopted a brand of politics which a lot of Australians would have thought was not in the nature of American political identity. Is that a correct judgment, or does it mean that American political culture is changing?
I think there's two things. The culture is changing in that it unfortunately is bitterly partisan at the moment. But deeper than that, and perhaps more profound, there's very significant demographic change occurring in America. The Republican Party has traditionally been the party of the white male, and winning the white male vote in America has carried many Republican elections. What Obama was able to do was, I think, put a lot of the economic hardships onto George W. Bush, and I think people gave him somewhat of a pass on that. He was able to define a narrative against Mitt Romney as a very wealthy job outsourcer that was not supportive of the middle class. And Obama appealed to the Hispanic vote, which is an enormously growing demographic in the US and will define elections in the future. And then there was some very important social issues that came into play, and abortion was a very big one, for example. And women voters in exit polls have clearly demonstrated that they were very worried about the Republicans, the ultra-conservative Republicans that control a lot of the Republican Party, the fact that there were potentially up to 3 Supreme Court vacancies coming up during the next election. And many things in the US are determined at the Supreme Court level. So Roe v. Wade, which is the abortion, Bush-Gore, the election, you've seen Obamacare went to the Supreme Court, and people were very worried that whoever the next president is would appoint 3 like-minded Supreme Court justices who have a lifelong term. And what would that mean for social situation in America?